Hey guys, it's the Themistocles, and this is a 5-player free-for-all, and I'm in command of the Carthaginians, and I'm going to deploy against the Greek city-states, and the other factions are the House of Julii Romans, the Seleucid Empire, and I think this is the Parthians, and my army consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Circobans, and this was a small unit scale battle. And I think it was around 15k denarii. And I also have 4 slingers, all bronze apart from this one right here, which is silver bronze. And I also have 4 units of Circoban cavalry, bronze silver, silver silver, silver silver, and bronze silver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Greek city-states first, because I saw in the deployment phase that he had a very small army, so I'm guessing he's got mainly Spartans. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get around the backs of his Spartans and use my slingers to wear them down. And I'm going to try and use my numbers to my advantage and surround them. And the Seleucid Empire is going to go up against the House of Julii here. And the Parthian army went for mainly cataphract camels and lots of horses. Well, 2 horse archers. So I think this was CWB rules. Seeing that my my opponent has no cavalry, I'm going to use that to my advantage and send my cavalry onto his flanks and take out his archers first. And his army consists of 3, 4, 5 units of Spartan warriors, gold, all of them, and 3, 4, 5, 6 units of archers. This one's silver bronze, I think they're all silver bronze. So yeah, I'm just sending my cavalry onto his flanks to try and get rid of his archers. And seeing as he doesn't have any cavalry, he's going to have to detach one of his Spartan units to try and deal with him. And this is the major problem with Greek city-states. Their cavalry is not really good. So it's hard to combat any opposing cavalry. And there's his general, right here. So already 3 of his units are routing. That's his archers. And I'm going to engage my Carthaginians, the Circobans, with his Spartans. And they're both hoplites here, so I know his Spartans are going to rip through my Carthaginians if I don't get my cavalry into. I'm just going to try and do hammer and anvils and hopefully make them rout. And the balance of forces are actually even though my cavalry is doing some hammer and anvils. And finally, defeat is almost certain. So if I don't use my cavalry effectively, then I'm definitely going to lose this one. So what I should have done here is I should have sent my slingers around the backs of his Spartans, and I should have started pelting them from the backs. But these units are out here because of my hammer and anvil attacks, and so these units are now freed up to attack these other Spartans around here. And my Circoband have taken a battering from these Spartan hoplites and very much depleted. I'm just going to chase down these remaining Spartans so they don't come back. And some of his archers have stopped routing, so I'm going to chase them down as well. Well, I thought about chasing them down, but I figured that I'd have to deal with these Spartans as these are more important. And his archers are raining down fire on my Circoband, but I'm going to have to put up with it for now. And that's when I detach some units to go after them, hopefully make them out. And luckily they're not on skirmish mode. And he's got so few Spartans here that I managed to rout his last of them. So now it's just a clean up on his archers. So I lost nearly all my cavalry. Half of my Circoband's army is gone around, but most of my slingers are intact, if not all of them. And luckily the Parthians were too far away to really come at my back, otherwise that could have been disastrous if I was attacking 2 armies on each front. He's going for a heavy cavalry force, but this is squad resolution, not last man standing, so that was a mistake by him. He should have attacked me while I was too busy with his Spartans. Let's have a look at the House of Julia army. He's got 2 units of Roman cavalry on his right flank. No upgrades. That's probably for taking out the enemy's archers or slingers. And he's got 1 Praetorian cavalry, bronze upgrade with his general. And that he's got a bronze defense upgrade on that. And on his left flank he's got 3 units of equites, non-upgrades. And at the front he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 units of archer auxilia. And they're silver bronze. And he's also got 1, 2, 3, 4 urban cohorts, silver bronze. And on the back line he's got 4 units of Triarii. And these have got no upgrades on them at all. So I was watching this battle and I was expecting the House of Julia just to cut right through this Seleucid Empire, because he's got tons of Triarii to deal with the cataphracts, and these silver imitation legionnaires, even though they've got upgrades on them, are still no match for these urban cohorts. But he launches his cataphracts all into the right flank of these equites here, and that's going to make them out. But the House of Julia uses these Praetorians to try and attack the flanks of these cataphracts. But these cataphracts are like gold, all of them, so it's not going to have much of an effect, and it's going to hurt these Praetorians and the routed general. What he should have done was he should have kept his cavalry behind his Triarii and protected them. Look at the massive red horses here. So now these cataphracts are just routing one after the other these archer auxilia. And from his right flank he sends these Roman cavalry in, trying out these silver shoulder legionnaires. But they're heavily upgraded and they're only Roman cavalry, so they're going to stand the ground for a while. And this is when the Parthian army should have attacked the House of Julia and the Seleucid Empire. This is squad resolution and not last man standing. So at this point the House of Julia is in quite a mess here. These cataphracts are wreaking havoc. But these urban cohorts are standing the ground and they're easily going to kill them imitation legionnaires. And for some reason his Triarii are just standing there. He should be protecting his urban cohorts and his archer auxilia. And for some reason the horse archers are going after these routing units. That's not going to be enough to secure the Parthian victory. Because if he's only going for routing units, then well, he should be going after the main army first and then going after routing units second. So what I'm doing is I'm just bringing up my army to get ready to confront the House of Julia, who I think will win. And the Seleucid Empire, all his archers have gone and all his silver shield legionnaires have been destroyed. So all he's got left is his cataphracts, and he's surrounding this general here.
General has been killed and his men lose heart.
And for some reason they weren't using the AP mace. I don't know why. And this is his general right here. I don't know why the Seleucid Empire had such a small army. It must have been because these cataphracts heavily upgraded. Cost a lot. But the Carthaginians are still not attacking. And that's going to be costly for Leela later. And one of my units was actually glitched here. My wait, what is it? Yeah, one of my Seiko bands was actually glitched here. That was really annoying. But it gets unglitched later. And the Seleucid Empire, Pelagius does a major mistake here and charges these cataphract camels, and the camels always win against horses, especially Carthaginian camels, which I heavily upgraded. So that wasn't a good move, I think. And his general actually dies here. And you can see them using AP maces. So now it's just between the Parthians, the House of Julii, and my Carthaginian army. And at this point, even though the Greek city-states had a small army, the Spartans count for around two kills apiece because they're so heavily upgraded, I think. So I think I was winning at this point still, because these two factions had split the kills on the Seleucid Empire. And what the Parthian army should have been doing is peppering the archers of the House of Julii with their horse archers. I don't know why they weren't. And now they're getting shot from the backs. It's not going to do too much because these Carthaginian camels are heavily upgraded. And this is where his general's at. I don't know why I put him in the horse archer unit. If I was him, I'd have put it in the Carthaginian camels because they're more heavily armoured. But yeah, I'm just gonna go up and face off against the House of Julii here. I'm still walking towards him. And he's still got much of his army mainly intact. He's got most of his urban cohorts left and his triarii. Only one unit's missing, I think, but the rest are intact. And he's got 2 units out of 4 units of his arch auxiliary left. So my army is more badly damaged than his. Yeah, much more badly damaged. So at this point, I'm and I don't know why the Parthenian was so far behind. He should have been waiting to strike as soon as we entered combat. And at this point, I was thinking it was either between Berthold Whale and my army. I didn't think the Parthians could get enough kills in time to secure a victory, especially since they're so far back. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to send my slingers up soon, because his archers have started to fire on me, and I'm going to charge my Seikoban forward. I'm also going to send my Seikoban cavalry to the sides, but I see his camels coming up, so I later take them back, so I don't want them getting totally destroyed. And I should have been either targeting his arch auxiliary or his triarii, because slingers against urban cohorts do no damage at all. But I couldn't get around the sides of them because of this Parthenian army, which is still mainly intact. And this is where I bring my Seikoban back, because if I attack his sides, then his triarii will just rip them apart, or the Parthenians will just rip my cavalry apart. And this is where his numbers come into play. He's taking his triarii around the backs, and I can't really stop this because his triarii will just completely murder my Seikoban if I try and attack them. And there they gain experience. And my general's in this unit, and this is pretty much intact, this unit, for the time being. Even though they're getting attacked on 2 fronts. And this is where the Parthian army comes and attacks my slingers. And he should also be attacking the House of Julii and Carthage and my army as well, but for some reason he just stays away. And this isn't last man standing, so I don't know why he's doing that. And it still says victory seems certain, even though his triarii are attacking my backs. And I'm actually going to rout one of his units of triarii there with my hammer and anvil attack of 4 units of cavalry, or 1 unit of cavalry, but they only had 4 cavalry in them. I'm trying to rout this urban cohorts here, as they've been separated from the rest of the pack. And he's still going after my routing slingers, which I'm not really bothered about at this point. And it still says my Seikoban that victory seems certain, even though they're getting attacked on all fronts. Let's because they're heavily upgraded and they got general in them. And they've also got experience upgrades as well. And finally, he brings his Carthaginian catapult camels and horse archers into the fray, but by this time most of the army has been killed by either Berthold Wheel or my army, so it's not going to get much kills to try and take. And they're all my army routes, and the remains of my general is about to fall. There he
By
goes.
the gods, your foolish general has got himself killed! How will your soldiers greet this news?
So yeah,
Soldiers
Carthaginians have
All thoughts of victory
won the
are
last
now
man standing
hunger
battle,
for
but this is score
life at
dissolution,
any
so it's not going to
price.
matter in the slightest. He stayed out of combat for most of the time, but this was a mistake from him. And now it's just the cleanup on the Berthold Wheel army by the Lila, the Carthaginian army. So I'm just going to fast forward this bit and show you the results. And this is the results. Team 1, which is me, came rank 1. I had 609 kills, 515 men deployed, and I had 99 men remaining. And Berthold Wheel, who came in second, had 365 kills and 663 men deployed. So that was a clear victory by me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.